Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to simplify expressions again, but this time we're going to use something called a distributive property. Now, how do I know when we use our distributive property? Well, we're going to go ahead and look for parentheses. Once we find our parentheses, we're just going to take the number in front of the parentheses and multiply it with everything inside the parentheses. So here we have two examples. We're just going to go ahead and take a look at the first one right up here. 7 minus 3 parentheses 3x plus 4 plus 5x minus 2. So once again, I see my parentheses right over here, and I'm going to go ahead and take the number in front of it, and notice I include the minus sign in front of it because it acts like a negative sign, and we're just going to go ahead and multiply it to everything inside it. So I'm going to do negative 3 times 3, which will give me negative 9, and I'm going to keep that x, and then I'm going to go ahead and do negative 3 times 4, and that's going to give me negative 12, which acts like a minus 12. We'll just go ahead and bring everything else down. I'll bring down my 7, my plus 5x, and my minus 2. And just like the other day, we're just going to go ahead and combine our like terms. Now, I always combine the ones with the variables first. So I'm going to go ahead and combine my negative 9x with my positive 5x. Negative 9 plus 5 is going to give me negative 4. So there's a negative 4x. Now I'm going to go ahead and combine my numbers, which is 7 plus negative 12 plus negative 2. 7 plus negative 12 plus negative 2, that's going to give me negative 7. So that acts like a minus 7. And I could go ahead and rewrite that, or if they're pretty close together already, I'm going to leave it like that form, negative 4x minus 7. We can go ahead and do the same thing with the second equation, or the second expression, and we see a set of parentheses here, and we see a set of parentheses here, which means I got to do my distributive property twice. My first one is going to be over here. I'm going to distribute the negative 2 times the x, and the negative 2 times the negative 4. So negative 2 times x is just going to give me negative 2x. Now, negative 2 times a negative 4 is going to give me positive 8. Now, when I look at this one, I don't see a number to distribute, but I do see a minus sign. So I am going to distribute that minus sign to everything inside that parentheses. So that's going to give me negative times x is going to give me negative x, and negative times positive 1 is going to give me a negative 1. I'll just go ahead and bring everything else down. Anything I didn't use, which is that plus 5 and the plus 3x. And once again, all we got to do is combine our like terms. So I'll go ahead and combine all of my x's first. So negative 2x plus a negative x plus a 3. So negative 2 plus negative 1x, that's going to give me negative 3x plus a 3x. That actually all ends up being 0. So since it all ends up being 0, I could cancel all of them out. Which leads me to my next terms, which happens to be my numbers, positive 8 plus a 5 plus a negative 1. So 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 plus negative 1 is 12. And since there are no other terms, my final answer is 12. I hope that helped out. Remember to distribute. All you got to do is take a look at the number in front of the parentheses, multiply it with everything inside the parentheses, and just combine your like terms. Hope this helped you out. Try it out with your homework. Good luck, enjoy, and have fun.